VortiX, game number 1, Chinese, Holy Roman Empire. What do you think, Dave?
This is an interesting map here. Is the, I think it's Altai, I believe? Is the map we'll have to go to the full, yes, and that answers our question. Okay. It will be Altai, and I believe we saw this matchup with Leenock playing as Chinese, and I can't remember who he was playing against, but he went Holy Roman Empire to counter that pick.
Yeah, we saw Holy Roman used. Yeah, that's true. Someone, I think for
was it Beastyqt?
Someone did.
Okay, that's an answer.
Yeah, it was a person, human.
He was here.
Could have been Logan.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Possibly
human.
the fish thief.
And they used Holy Roman Empire against Leenock. Wait, what is this story about the fish thief?
Oh, someone took more than, it might have been you. Someone took more than one fish fillet.
Nobody else was eating it anymore.
It was you?
I was hungry. I
we
didn't know this was a story until today.
Found him.
Yeah, if I could regurgitate it, I would. Did you run out of fish yesterday?
I ate the fish first, so
got him.
Apparently we ran out of fish.
Oh wow.
We got you though.
I thought everyone had already eaten.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should think a bit more. Think a bit harder. Anyway, Holy Roman Empire, Chinese. Holy Roman Empire trying to get those relics, and I'd love to look at the relic positioning here as we both kind of creep closer to the screen to see these little icons.
Okay.
And we have VortiX playing in the red, just as a reminder here. The relic, I mean, there's one in the right there. Thank you, Vodka, for zooming in on these. And there's one in the bottom of the map.
Technically, MarineLorD only has easy access to one. He has the potentially favored position on the north side one, though if you look at the terrain and the easy middle access, I'd say it's as close to VortiX as it is to MarineLorD. And then you've got the one on the left, which is accessible for MarineLorD, but could potentially get walled out by VortiX if he goes all the way around that bottom side. That's for later. Relics, of course, a great point of contention for Holy Roman Empire and their opponents. Let's do a quick check to see how many sheep everyone has. Sheep matters a lot for Chinese. This is, of course, VortiX's base. He's got a total of 10 sheep, probably went through 1 or 2 or so. So let's say he has 11 or 12. When we look at MarineLorD, his total sheep count is 10 as well. So let's say that they split it evenly. So that's really fine for both. In this matchup, way more than for Mongols, for Delhi, and for Abbasid, sheep matter greatly.
And I think I saw MarineLorD there with like another 6 or 7 trailing his scout.
Yeah, but those were counted as well, so they used the
whole
unit command, right?
Okay. And here come the early spearmen from VortiX as the Holy Roman Empire, maybe seeking to obtain a little bit of map control. And the Imperial official a bit idle there near the TC.
Momentarily idle, not supervising the mill for food, not supervising the lumber camp. And can we just say how unusual this is for Holy Roman Empire to do a spearman rush in Dark Ages?
I think he wants to get map control. I think he's afraid of MarineLorD coming forward and denying him the relic position.
I think it's more than that. He saw how exposed the mill was. MarineLorD went for a greedy mill on the deer camp. Just minding his own business, you know, respect the battle lines, don't do early attacks. What are you, Mongols? And I think VortiX, purely by adaptation, went for the quick spearman attack, saw it was outside the range of the town center, just try to make things a little bit more difficult.
And he's going to be completely denied off of it with the Barbican of the Sun that MarineLorD is putting down. So he's going to be able to defend this area, and while he's doing that, look at this wall on the mini-map here. See, this is what I'm talking about with the map control. He gets the military out early so that MarineLorD has to respect it, has to deal with it, and in that time, he's going to send a villager to the right, and he's going to send a villager to the left, and once he gets those walls down, assuming he does, he will have 3 relics under his control, I guess you could say, on the edge, and then possibility of getting that one in the middle, too.
Oh yeah, I imagined which player needed the relics more at the start when I was explaining access.
You know what? I didn't mention it. I gave you the benefit of the doubt.
I told you before, throw me under the bus. I'm not afraid of looking foolish. People make mistakes. There's a lot going on, but thank you for that. You're a bro. So, yeah, it's VortiX who has access to wall off that left side of the map. And yeah, now he has access to 3 of the relics.
There is a wolf over there, though.
If he completes the wall, and he's only now just starting, and MarineLorD sees it, he's going to attack with the scout. Villagers getting in position. That wall's not going to come up easily. He's going to send his spears there. But look
But
at
there's
that.
an archer.
Already archery range and stables and able to be supervised. MarineLorD is going to be able to make so many units. I don't think this early Dark Age play by VortiX was particularly strong.
No, I think he had to be really lucky with where MarineLorD's scouting was, and very lucky in general just to be able to pull it off, and especially lucky with the wolf placements, as the wolf is going to help the scout for MarineLorD to take down this villager. The horseman now coming, the archer there, so the spearman won't be able to do too much. And the villager denied on that side. He did get the wall up on the other side, though, so he will have at least 1 free relic. And I guess the one at the bottom has potential to be taken in for free as well.
Yes.
But the 3 in the middle are going to be heavily contested.
Very interesting here. I think VortiX adapted. He delayed his Aachen Chapel a fair bit. Now MarineLorD is going to try to make so many units. Horsemen, archers, he's going to look for purchase inside VortiX's base. Anything that is outside the safety of the town center. And as we look at it, wood is safe. Now what about the gold? The gold mine looks fairly exposed. Yeah, super exposed.
Very far forward. He does have one at the back, but it's still a long way away from his town center. And there's archers and horsemen already out on the field, so he's taking a risk going for that. He is producing horsemen of his own, so attempting to keep himself safe, but it's going to be tough. MarineLorD has all the early pressure.
He's got 3 villages more because Holy Roman fit in probably a second scout and a prelate, so that costs something. I still think that's 1 villager too few. Oh yeah, VortiX lost the villager and building the wall.
Yep.
So he's got a little bit less of that. Does have the 40% inspire bonus on most of his villagers. MarineLorD has 2 imperial officials, which is worth 20%.
Is that 2
boost.
villagers?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yo, Outpost Rush,
MarineLorD
bruh.
coming forward. Maybe he noticed the gold positions. And look at that for MarineLorD. No gold income currently, and he's on stone.
So he's going to probably put 1 villager. Oh no, he doesn't need to put villagers on gold. He's just going to get some taxes.
Taxes, yep.
So, wow, that's a very forward outpost there. He wants to make an arrow emplacement. He figures he probably has more units right now. 6 archers to deal with the 4 spearmen. Horsemen to go toe-and-toe with the other horses, or should I say hoof and hoof. MarineLorD is setting up aggressive position here. If the arrow emplacement tower can come up, then he's going to do so much denial on what VortiX is trying to get done.
And I think VortiX was committing towards this. He's pulling villagers now. He's going to try and take it out, but MarineLorD has the archers there. There is horsemen here as well from VortiX. The outpost goes up. Can he fortify it in time? I think it's going to go down. Yeah, this thing will go down. Good commitment there from VortiX to just take this out before the pressure can even begin.
Yeah, exactly. And now the horsemen are chasing the archers. They're chasing the villagers. There's a villager, very low health. He's targeting them. I don't think villagers are the main target to focus necessarily anymore. Should take down the archers. But he killed 1. He saw it through. Now he's driving back MarineLorD. Super interesting situation there where VortiX basically called the militia. He called the fjords and made sure that every able-bodied man and woman came down with a torch to take down that tower. Cute move by MarineLorD. It cost him a villager. Lost a bit of mining time. He even gathered some stone that doesn't necessarily have a purpose to be spent right now. And there goes down another villager. Great defense by VortiX.
I really like the commitment there. Like sometimes when you're getting Outpost Rush, you want to toe the line, right? You don't want to commit too much of your economy towards it. But pulling 10, 15 villagers to take that out is just perfect.
I think it was more.
It might have been. Yeah, it might have been.
Same wall coming up again.
And
but again,
another wolf. He's got to be like, come on, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Just let me get my wall down.
Fun fact about wolves, they only engage scouts, horsemen, and any military if you idle next to them within a small aggro radius or if you attack them. But they will automatically take aggro on prelates, monks, scholars, and villagers. They hate those.
Look at this for VortiX. He continues to produce. He's got 2 horsemen, 2 spearmen in the queue, and a prelate as well. And there's no units in the queue from MarineLorD, so maybe he's thinking about going up to the next age.
Okay, plan B. Get to Castle Age.
Yep.
Get a...
He did lose 2 villagers coming forward there.
True. He's going to try to make a monastery when he gets to castle, make palace guards, take what relics he can, and take a more active role in denying relics forever rather than delaying them or having an army that prevents them from being capped.
I wonder if he sends a unit out to that wall too, just to keep tabs on whether VortiX walls that off. Sometimes when you deny a wall like that, you just assume that they'll never come back for it.
Job is done.
Yeah, exactly. Surely he won't send another villager out there. And maybe VortiX will end up completing that. The villager is over there right now. So if he does, he will have access to 2 more relics unless MarineLorD can sneak in behind that. VortiX also building resources, and he is starting on his next landmark there, the Regnitz Cathedral, and he's going to be able to get up to Castle Age at a very competitive time and start heading out for those relics right away, and the prelates are probably already on the move.
Yep, he's still gathering a lot of gold so that he can make multiple prelates. He's going to pop out the prelate out of his Aachen Chapel to get to a good location. They're pretty much aging up at the same time, but MarineLorD has the faster building, courtesy of being Chinese, so he should reach it in just seconds. VortiX won't be far behind. I do have to say that I despise that Regnitz Cathedral positioning. It's at the front.
Yeah.
Currently, it has to be said, it doesn't have access to the auto-repair ability just yet. Little bug. That means it is a primary attack target for palace guards of MarineLorD, should he lose control of the relics.
It seems like a very strange decision to put it forward there, but I guess it's not something you're thinking about in like the heat of the moment.
Well, it's a great thing. Having it forward means he can deposit certain relics more quickly into it, and his food villagers that were finishing the final deer carcass were in that location. So it means that he's seconds earlier to get to castle, and therefore can pick up relics seconds earlier. As we look at it though, his prelates are not in position yet, nor are they protected. So that seconds advantage is not paying off, whereas the position may come back to bite him in the buttocks.
I just keep imagining it getting pressured if MarineLorD keeps military coming forward.
Do you see that prelate get stunned out of picking up the relic?
Yes. And the other prelate on the right side is going to go down. There are 2 horsemen there for MarineLorD. Great spot, great scouting from him, and great awareness to take that out as the prelate at the bottom will get the relic just a little bit closer. He's working on it one step at a time.
Dude,
towards the base, and the other villager goes down. Damn.
MarineLorD is so good at denying these. He's even controlling the wolves. He stopped all 3 relics from being picked up immediately. There's palace guards in the main base for VortiX, who's upgrading currently the Spearman upgrade. He's queuing up a couple of men-at-arms. He cancelled the men-at-arms, now goes into Spearman. Isn't using his stables right now. It doesn't have the gold to make any knights, nor the food for that matter. MarineLorD is disrupting VortiX at the most crucial stage in the game for Holy Roman Empire.
The timings for him were so perfect, right? He got up a little bit quicker. He got the palace guards coming out. He used his horsemen instead of engaging or tossing them away, set them up in the path of the relics and the prelates, unable to bring them back immediately. And he's got another palace guard heading over to that relic. There's some spearmen guarding the prelate over there, but the palace guard, if MarineLorD notices it, should be able to take that out. And more palace guards coming through the front. VortiX is having serious issues here. And remember, he got kicked off that gold at the front. So he's going to have gold income issues too. So remaking those prelates is going to be difficult.
It is very hard. Now the conversion attempt to try and stop that palace guard from taking down his prelates. It actually succeeds! MarineLorD is a beast! I mean, we have a serious communication problem here, Dave. Everybody knows that Holy Roman Empire has a massive advantage into Chinese, and everyone agrees the Chinese doesn't have a chance to disrupt their plan. They don't have enough tools as the Sith. But nobody
did you
told
tell that to MarineLorD? Yeah,
exactly. That's the problem. It's a lost in translation kind of thing. He's like, what do you mean there's no way for Chinese to stop Holy Roman Empire? How about playing well, leveraging the speed of palace guards, being all over the map, disrupting walls,
look at the villager count,
plays, and killing villagers.
20 villager difference here from MarineLorD over VortiX, and he was on the berries there. I think he killed 3. I think he killed another 3 on the farms. He obviously killed the second wall villager. He's been harassing the woodline as well. VortiX just reacting to everything that MarineLorD is doing currently, and MarineLorD production just keeps coming in at weird angles that VortiX doesn't want it to, and another prelate heading out, but the palace guards once again chasing. And on the gold, too. Like, how many prelates? God. That's like, what, number 4 to the south here? That is absolutely insane. MarineLorD splitting his army so well. He doesn't have a larger military most of the time, like by a significant margin, but he's forcing Vortex to respond at like 4 different locations.
49 villagers against 21. Oh my god, MarineLorD is an animal. Vortex is getting destroyed
17
here.
vills. 50 to 17. 50 to 16.
So sick.
Yeah, and no gold income coming in. I don't know. Yeah, there's no relics there for Vortex, and I think that was the GG. You can see him smiling. MarineLorD's heart rate, oh my god, 156.
He's reaching a record here. You know, and this just goes to show why people like Magnus Carlsen in chess, why they take physical endurance serious, even in a sport that doesn't even have a big real-time element. Of course, in chess, you've got that clock. But here we have an RTS, agility, hand-eye coordination, excitement,
determination,
levels, determination,
pure will.
Yeah, there's so much going on. It's easy to see how you could burn, like Magnus Carlsen, 4,000 or 5,000 calories in a day with this kind of... and the brain is a big muscle too. And I think MarineLorD's brain is very big indeed.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Maybe not DeMusliM. Maybe he would be the only one to disagree here, chirping him a little bit. But wow, the smile on Vortex's face and like the kind of head shake. And then they were having a little conversation after that game, and I think they both agreed like, what happened? What did you do to me? And how did you do it? This matchup is not supposed to be favored if I get the walls down. If I am up to Castle Age at a similar time and I have the prelates going out, that was an insane performance from MarineLorD.
It shows a level of understanding of both sides of the coin as well, both sides of the matchup, where not just do you know that people are going for relics, but you know at which time they could be making walls. And once you see the map, you understand from their point of view, this is the area they'd like to wall, that area. I'm going to focus on these relics, but not on that one. But I will have a couple of horsemen to stop a prelate there behind the wall. It was so good. Every element of MarineLorD's play, multifaceted, covering for everything, and pulling the rug out from Vortex's feet right as Vortex was trying to get all those juicy things going, firearms, relics, prelates everywhere, but without the due diligence to defend them.
I think the one thing Vortex probably could have done differently, you know that wall that came up in front of his back gold? I think maybe if you make that a little bit earlier, you avoid a lot of that damage coming in.
He still needs the army, though, right?
Yeah, no, he still needs the army because the palace guards can run through there. But I think your prelates get back, at least a couple of them.
At this point, it's funny because I think there's the tiniest window of that can be exploited by MarineLorD. You look at the palace guards and the men-at-arms. Palace guards are fast, so they're better at chasing down prelates. But there's also that little momentum breaker for Holy Roman Empire. They're known as having some of the best men-at-arms, but they need to be upgraded. Because they're available in feudal, they have a small little upgrade required to make them the equivalent value in Castle Age.
And MarineLorD was right on his gold. As like before he even got to Castle Age, he was pressuring it with what, 3, 4 palace guards?
And you need 900 gold.
Exactly.
Castle Age, 3 prelates. You're sending them around. He was getting spearman upgrades. He could have gone for a men-at-arms upgrade. He had double stables ready, but no gold because of that deny. Now, the position of that gold was unfortunate, but...
And then he had to invest all of his new resources into more prelates to go out and try and snipe the relics.
Exactly. Really, I mean, you give 30 seconds and Vortex is fine.
Yep.
MarineLorD had a tiny timing window to exploit, and he did. And otherwise, we'd be continuing the narrative that Chinese doesn't have any options against Holy Roman Empire.
I like the way he went super aggressive there. He didn't go for the dynasty like Leenock did against Holy Roman Empire. You saw how hard it got punished. And like you said, there's the tiniest of windows, and MarineLorD stuck a foot in the window, and then he climbed in.
That's it.
And then Vortex
tried to close the window,
and
but MarineLorD was already
it was already inside, and then it was cold.
Like,
and
what are you doing in my house?
Exactly. I'm gonna call the cops, and it's like, it's too late, bro. I've cut the line.
Yeah. Sick play. Legal though. MarineLorD legal. This is a metaphor. If it went too far, you can feel free to stop us. The next map is gonna be Lipany. This is a home map pick for Vortex. Abbasid would be the most expected, unless he wants the mind game.
And it looks like we're right in again. This is nice.
They're going fast.
Yeah, they're zooming. Vortex against MarineLorD, game number 2. What civs would you expect on Lipany?
I expect Beastyqt from VortiX.
Yep.
He's down 0-1, and he knows how mentally difficult it is to come back from 0-2. Beastyqt is the highest win rate Civ on ladder and is doing fantastic in the tournament as well. This overlay isn't updated yet, but we can look beyond what is presented to us.
Overlay guy just flexed as soon as it was updated.
Yeah.
He just flexed in the
Still
background.
awake? Okay, just wanted to check. But it's Beastyqt mirror. It makes sense for both of them. It's a good map for it. VortiX needs it. MarineLorD went for it.
So how does this play out in the mirror matchup? Are both players going to go for that double TC approach?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any way to punish that, or do you just hope to have better economy than your...
The way that most people jocularly approach this, and also in a serious manner, is to one-up your opponent. Very literally. One up on the TC. So if you see 2 TC,
so we're in the level system again. We're in the tier system, the Grubby tier system.
Yeah.
Tier 1 is 1 TC.
Yep.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Tier 2 is 2 TCs.
Beats 1.
Yeah. Tier 3, level 3 mind games is 3 TC.
Beats 2.
Now where do we go after that?
I think the sky's the limit. But
4
I mean,
TC.
7 TC feudal seems pretty crazy.
Trade wing. Trade wing play.
Yeah, that's it. Triple TC, 4 is right out, okay? 4 is right out. Don't even go there.
Yeah.
How about a couple of traders? You got triple TC, I got triple TC, and 2 traders.
I've got armor. Try and kill these.
Armor upgrade traders. Oh my god. They got in with the horseman. I need how many hits? Oh, they have 5 armor. GG, bro. Nice trader
Look,
armor.
he's scouting the market already. It's perfect.
I don't think that's a coincidence. You
No.
think it's a coincidence?
It's planned, calculated, easy. So we're likely to stall out in the action, you're saying,
probably.
until probably late feudal Castle Age.
I mean, that's how I see the matchup.
Yeah.
Beastyqt, 1 more TC than your opponent. DeMusliM sees it that way as well. This is MarineLorD and VortiX. MarineLorD just went Song Dynasty Lus, let's say Tang Dynasty, which is the first one. Mass aggression into Holy Roman Empire and won the game. Missing a sheep?
He's going to get it.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy spot there, and
So
he's going to pick up that sheep.
Who knows? Maybe MarineLorD will go singular TC horseman spam.
Is there a window there? It's really hard to find it against Beastyqt, but I feel like if you deny the external food sources, it may be available.
Maybe with tower.
Yeah,
Horseman
maybe.
tower.
Horseman tower. You can add in a ram. Maybe you add in some spearmen, get a ram or some archers.
It's tough. I think Beastyqt is one of the hardest to punish civs that goes second TC. That's why we go with that one-up method in general. It is a mirror matchup, so we can actually compare the age-up timings a bit. If we click on the House of Wisdom and see how many seconds left, then quickly click on the other one. Okay, 106, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so there's a 8-second advantage in VortiX's age-up timing. He gets fresh foodstuffs a bit quicker. Villager takes 20 seconds, so maybe it'll save him 25 food, maybe it won't. Kind of a small advantage, but just kind of comparing those. In terms of wheelbarrow, are any of them going for it? We have VortiX definitely not going for wheelbarrow. He very specifically stops at 125 plus in order to get fresh foodstuffs and is immediately going for the stone. How about MarineLorD? Does he still have 4 villagers on gold?
I don't see anything around the stone from MarineLorD yet. He's still on gold right there. He's got 180 in the bank, so that's more than enough for fresh foodstuffs. And still hasn't made his way to that back stone.
So he's wheelbarrow first, then fresh foodstuffs, then stone.
There we go.
So the way this works out, VortiX now has the ability to put down a second town center at somewhere between 515 to 525, which is an early one. That's going to give you 1 or 2 villagers advantage over the opener that MarineLorD is doing, which is with wheelbarrow. He's going to be able to make a TC, I believe, at 6 minutes. That was my best time after fresh foodstuffs and wheelbarrow. 6 minutes. That's off of a second scout opening. How many scouts does MarineLorD have if we hit his all-army hotkey?
He's got 1.
Okay, so that means you can get it earlier than 6 minutes. I want to say 5:45. So maybe I'm predicting a 30-second discrepancy between their second TC openings. That gives a 1.5 villager advantage to VortiX. But MarineLorD is backing up every single villager that he has, which is going to be 20 plus, with the wheelbarrow upgrade. That seems worth more to me than 1.5 TC, which is why this wheelbarrow upgrade has been trending.
Okay, Twitch chat, I don't know how you feel, but I have about 15 different numbers in my head that he just rattled. 30 seconds, 20,
Well,
25 food, 30 gold,
I'm
one
thinking out loud.
villager, 21 pop, 6 minutes and 30 seconds, could be 7. I'm like,
What you just said makes a lot of sense to me.
good. I'm glad.
Well, let's put it this way. Would you rather have wheelbarrow or 1.5 extra villages?
I'd rather have wheelbarrow.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And that's MarineLorD's chosen direction.
Okay. So we'll see who it pays off for. Vortex, I'm going to sum it up. Vortex with a slightly earlier TC, second TC. MarineLorD with a slightly more efficient economy.
MarineLorD, yeah, exactly. And here's the 540 TC from VortiX, which is a little later than I thought it was going to be, actually. That's interesting. Wheelbarrow's finished. 540 TC by VortiX. I thought it was going to be 530. And here's the TC. There's only a 15 seconds difference. So VortiX will have 3/4 of a villager more in exchange for not having wheelbarrow. Now it's even more obvious which opener was better.
Is it like the bottom 3/4 or is it like the top 3/4 of the villager? Or maybe like the
when
side?
you measure it. It depends on your perspective.
Maybe
and
it's
your
just like
zoom level.
missing an arm. He can work anyway. He or she. And there's a second town center, and I love the fact that MarineLorD is putting that second town center on a food source. So he's going to have access to that, because Abyssid can kind of slow down if they need to switch over to farms.
Deer is a nice place to have your TC. And he killed some of them when they were near. The other one is next to the gold and the wood. That's fine too. Now that we've kind of got the early game out of the way, we can look at their income. We see they are trying to one-up another and going for another town center. MarineLorD's economy is healthier. He's got that wheelbarrow. Everything he's doing is gathering more efficiently. And although he was 15 seconds slower with his second TC,
he might be faster to the third one.
Yeah.
He's about to drop it.
He's about to drop it.
Still only one military for each player, and that is indeed the scout. They figured out that against Abyssid, against these multiple TC plays,
Same time.
it's just not worth it. And same time for that third TC, and of course, Vortex going for the mill there to increase the food on the berries. Viper made that mistake.
Yep, he did.
That was very unfortunate. You saw how fast it just runs right through when you don't have it.
He lost 1,750 food supply on the berries because of not making a mill as Abyssid. There is a great asymmetry between Civs and AoE 4 compared to AoE 2, and that's one you can't forget about. I do think Vortex's mill is one slot too far away. It might just be a perspective issue, though, when I look at those berries. Either way, it's going to put little bushes around everything. It might actually be close enough.
Yep.
Both 3 TC. Again, MarineLorD still with that wheelbarrow, so he's in a better spot. Now the big question is, are they going for 4 town centers, neither gathering stone? Apparently there is a limit to greed.
Oh, that's a shame. And we still haven't seen the market come out, so
Yeah.
the meta hasn't quite evolved to that rate where they're so comfortable in no aggression early they can go into a market, go into the trade boom.
Just get some traders.
Yeah. So it's an archery range here from MarineLorD, and Vortex is going to scout that right away. Now, if this was TheMista, he would immediately drop a different type of military building at the back because his opponent scouted it.
All right, one archery range in front, and then behind it you're gonna go
like 4 stable.
or like a barracks or something. Let's take a look at the first player perspective for MarineLorD. We can see that his current vision. Wait, does he have a villager in the red base? No, right?
No.
No, I don't think so. So his current vision is very limited to his own base. Did he lose his scout? Yeah.
No, he's chasing.
Oh, yeah. He's defending. Okay. So you see his villager split, 20-10-10. That's going to get him towards Castle Age, and he can start it at the 9:30 mark. That is insane to go 9:30 after triple TC.
3 TC, yeah.
My best results was 10-minute Castle Age after triple TC. 10-minute, 9:45. Looks like he's going to go 9:30. Super efficient. Vortex himself is also aging up already. They have really clean build orders, Dave.
I think Vortex might have an issue here. Oh, no, he's got the berries near his third TC, but I'm looking at him pulling off those berries, and now he's going to the berries in the corner. MarineLorD, though, when he set his waypoint for his archer range, he immediately set it to the deer at the front of Vortex's base. He noticed that none of those were taken, so maybe he's looking at those external food sources as he heads into the berries over here for potential to do damage, and he might actually look to that left side next. when he's examining the map.
Exactly. You want to see the pivots. You know that food is still a primary resource in the remote locations. And if he knows about it, he will definitely take a look there as well. He's got a camel archer just kind of starting to get a bit of scout info. A couple of shots. He's going to lose that scout most likely to the town center fire. One more salvo takes it down. That's MarineLorD's only scout.
And it's double barracks. Double barracks here from VortiX, and he's already getting phalanx.
Oh, okay. Phalanx. That's for spears. Is it going to be men-at-arms? Is it going to be spears? He's making the spearmen now. Advantage, of course, is that you can prep the production of those and then upgrade them. Spearman, not really what you normally would expect to go for when you see your opponent on archery ranges and camel archers.
Well, how many camel archers do you expect, I guess, is the question. And do you expect the archers, right? He might be thinking long-term.
You kind of touched upon that. You said what the TheMista would do. You show one thing, then switch to another.
Yeah.
So the actual 5-head thing to do is to see a unit and then make the unit that is countered by that unit. So you see camel archer, you're like, this is what you want me to see.
Yeah. So I'm not going to make the counter to that unit.
Yeah.
I'm going to make the counter to the other unit that you might be
Someone says
making.
rock, and you're like, scissors.
Yeah.
Right? But it's smart.
Try me, bro.
And that's what's happening here. So what does MarineLorD just invest in? A couple of archery ranges, quite a few actually.
Yeah, and he's going crossbow.
Mass crossbow. Crossbows don't hard counter spears. They can win with micro, but they don't do bonus damage. Ah! Camel archer down.
Wait, was that you or was that the game?
It was both.
Oh, okay.
The first one was me, second one was him.
And what was the camel?
It doesn't make any sound, I think.
Oh,
do you know the
that's
sounds
unfortunate.
camels make?
Oh, dude. Don't even ask. We've been there before, and I do not make it a very appealing camel sound. I can just tell you that right now.
Later for after the stream. VortiX finally has wheelbarrow. They're working on their blacksmith upgrades, both going with the iron undermesh, the ranged armor, melee attack coming out for VortiX. VortiX is spamming spearmen and men-at-arms. He's got a large production queue. MarineLorD, crossbows, and knights. Completely different units for both of them. Who is going to have the better comp and usage?
I think I would prefer the crossbow knight in this situation.
I think so. It does need a lot more micro. Spearmen at arms is a move, and knights cannot engage into spears.
I just love the mobility of the knights.
Yeah.
Like the option to send 1 or 2 units into your opponent's base and distract them.
That is true.
Appeals to me so much. And then the crossbows, you can always fall further, a little bit further back in your base while defending.
That's true. I prefer the men-at-arms spearman method, just because you can A-move them, and they're all from the same building, so you can really streamline your production.
Military production for dummies.
Yeah. But let's see who's going to have the better go of things. These crossbows are dealing with men-at-arms much easier than spears will deal with knight harass. That's true. What you say rings true. Knights can run away from spears. It's just, look at this. It's doing way more than the men-at-arms and the crossbows.
Yeah, and at some point, if he wants to deal with this, VortiX is going to have to split off parts of his army to chase this. And if MarineLorD pays attention, he can be diverting, 3 or 4 men-at-arms at any given point with one of these. Or he can just kill villagers here while VortiX doesn't notice.
I mean, he's slowly trying to micro one by one, but this kind of level of attention, this helicopter parenting, is taking his attention away from his other children. He's got a large amount of units in the center of the map, and they're just standing still there, now finally making springles again.
I never thought I would hear the term helicopter parenting when applied to a knight or villagers in Age of Empires 4. Congratulations.
Thank you. There's all kinds of comparisons. Like I view life through the game's lens, so there we go. Bill and Outpost coming in here for MarineLorD. He started to kind of spread himself out. Those defensive outposts will also cover his flank, and he's been the aggressor. He's 90 against 86 villagers. It's fine, really.
I just love the cavalry so much for these little raids that come in, and they add up over time, right? Like both players went 3 TC, and this is how you gain the tiny little advantages. The only problem comes when this big push comes in from VortiX. Can you withstand it, right? Because you invested the extra resources into that cavalry.
When push comes to shove, who has the bigger army? Right now it's VortiX. He's got springlets. all of his units can make siege weaponry. There's a nice little scout coming in. It's yeah, they both have a lot of siege.
MarineLorD back on stone again too.
Yeah, is he thinking about a 4th town center? It feels superfluous when you're hitting the 100 villager mark. More likely a keep.
Yeah, it feels more like a keep to me, or even upgrading some of his outposts that he has along the way. We got the crossbows here dealing with the men-at-arms and the spearmen, but the siege seems really exposed, and MarineLorD is going to lose not 1, not 2, but 3 Springolds and potentially a 4th.
Nice attack there by VortiX. He's going for the villagers as well. He's attacking the knights and the crossbows. Crossbows are running for their lives, kiting. This time it's MarineLorD that has to have special attention on his army, constantly looking, and his macro may flag. We can see the amount of food and lumber that is gathering up in his bank right now. His villagers have been decimated on the mill. We have a small villager lead here for VortiX. Springolds shoot down the monk that had the relic, and it looks like it's all MarineLorD can do to push away just parts of VortiX's army.
Yeah, he lost a lot of villagers on the berries there too, not really paying attention to that when VortiX came in. VortiX's army pretty weak, so MarineLorD's going to be able to clear it up over there. He did lose a monk coming in, like you said, and MarineLorD still adding more of those knights in and more crossbows, and VortiX just simply men-at-arms spear.
During all this, though, despite MarineLorD's struggle to keep some of his villagers alive, he's gathering 1900 food per minute. He has been well situated to early on diversify his income. I love when players put 5 to 8 villagers per resource node. Covering your macro first makes you a lot more resilient to micro battles because you've already taken care of the future. You've done your responsibilities. And as for VortiX, he was so busy with the fight that he dropped to half of the income of MarineLorD, just 900 food per minute. Only after the battle did he quickly attribute villagers towards some of those deer camps, some of those berry bushes. And this is why VortiX was unable to reinforce the battle during all this time with enough units.
The Knights once again getting raids down. I think MarineLorD actually sold a bunch of that food because he had no gold, no one was on there, and the food count went down by 2,000, went down really drastically. He's getting some techs in right now, and he's continuing a little bit of production, but the siege from VortiX here is insane. He's got 3 mangonels, he's got 5 Springolds in front, and of course this big army of infantry. The Knights still raiding, but look at the villager count here. It's still even.
Yeah, I love VortiX's big army push here. MarineLorD actually knows about many golds that are in the middle of the map. He's been pushed off of it. You said it. It's actually super relevant. There's 1 gold in the far south. Can we just see 1 second of MarineLorD vision only to know if he knows about the gold in the bottom? He doesn't know!
Oh, no, that's brutal. He hasn't scouted it at all.
So all of the gold that is available to MarineLorD is in the direct warpath of VortiX. He's being squeezed away from gold. He can't make mangonels for long anymore. He's got to...
He went way out to the left to take gold. You know, these guys over here on the far left, I believe, is MarineLorD's gold.
Yeah, all the way on the middle left of the map. He's only got 10 villagers there, and it's not quite enough. VortiX is much richer in that department. He killed 1 town center. He's maxing out in food supply, and he's going for the kill move.
Yeah, and MarineLorD has to respond to this because his House of Wisdom is up north there. Good raids from the Knights here by MarineLorD, but raids isn't what you need when you got a full army of infantry underneath your main landmark with the House of Wisdom above that. MarineLorD needs to respond to this immediately, and he's pulling the villagers.
I love how he's moving Springolds ahead to do a premeditated defense of his bio ball of MarineLorD's, of men-at-arms and spears. He wants to right-click that with 50 infantry so that he can torch damage the TC down. But he could get basically blindsided by a mangonel fire. That's why he moved Springolds so far forward to do an aggressive defense. This town center has 7,000 health. It's being taken out. That's 1/2 of the win condition. It has been eliminated. VortiX is in a great position. All he needs to do is to take down the House of Wisdom, and then he will be declared the victor. Or he could go for the military victory and try to win out here with Springold fights.
We might be on the verge of seeing our second Abyssin landmark victory in this tournament twice in 2 days, but MarineLorD is pushing back here. He's got mangonels, he's got Springolds of his own, gets some good shots early, and the infantry don't feel like they can engage directly against that House of Wisdom yet, and the crossbows are still getting shots here. The mangonels trying to connect. MarineLorD with some great micro there to pull them away. I believe he was still raiding in the back of Vortex's eco, and look at the villager count. It's still 113 to 104.
Not bad for MarineLorD, but he has no more ability to make extra. He lost 2 of his 3 town centers, so he's pretty much got to make do with how much he has. Which
That was
I
a
suppose
great hold. Holy.
It's a good hold, though. Killed all the Springholds, rushed out the Mangonels, and has survived for now. He's stabilizing in army count.
And he's ahead in villager count, like I said. And wow, is that ever an efficient? Great spot there,
This
Vodka.
is fine.
Yeah, this is fine. And look at how many spears he had in that wood line, responding to just 2 knights. I think he had like 20 population there.
Did he really?
Yeah. That's absolutely tragic there from Vortex. He was so close to getting that landmark. It felt like it was a definite possibility. Now MarineLorD stabilizing a little bit, and the production for MarineLorD is suddenly there.
Oh, horseman switch by MarineLorD. He's got 8 horsemen in production. That's going to be great against that siege. MarineLorD doing an 11th hour siege switch, even as Springholds go against each other again. Mangonel's getting some beautiful shots in on Vortex's army. He's chasing, angry, hoping to get that revenge on them. Spearmen, of course, have huge torch range damage on Mangonels.
And Vortex coming in, just killing some of the villagers repairing there. He's still got a lot of infantry here. How long would it take for the House of Wisdom to go down if he started committing against it right now?
Let's see its health. I'm trying to remember its health. It has 5 torch damage, Abbasid bonus. It has 12,000 health. The TC has 7,000. So it would take, what, like 40% extra long or more? Yeah, like 80% extra long as the TC. So it would take quite a while. I think you need like 3-4 rams to really expedite things.
Do you think he could afford to make a couple rams behind this? Because MarineLorD doesn't
so.
really want to go in there. If you make rams, you're forcing MarineLorD in.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're going to get better mangonel shots.
Yeah. But MarineLorD going with the horseman now.
Wait,
and he's going to loop around.
Is he going full TheMista?
No, there's not enough horsemen for that.
Yeah.
Surely not. He's just cutting off reinforcements right there. We can see horsemen raiding still in the back. MarineLorD still making more siege, but he's on the clock here. He's definitely on the clock. Let's see the HP on that House of Wisdom as Mangonel shots come in. 8,000 HP left on that thing, and MarineLorD collapsing from behind will be able to take out at least 1 Mangonel. Great micro to pull those horsemen away and only lose 1 of them.
99 out of 100 players send those horsemen in, kill 1 Mangonel, then try to go for the next, and everyone skewers themselves and dies on the spears. Not MarineLorD. He attacks a Mangonel, immediately backs off. Love it. Great micro. Horseman threatening from the back.
He's dancing here. Like, he keeps pulling the units away, and he's trying to get the siege exposed. And throughout all of this, even though his town center is burning, his House of Wisdom is weak, he hasn't lost any of his economies, so he keeps up the production.
MarineLorD is also worrying about his landmark defeats potentially. He's repairing the House of Wisdom even now. Funnily enough, VortiX doesn't need to attack the main TC right now. It's still destroyed in a state of disrepair, so he doesn't need to actually kill it. It may look like it needs to be killed, but it is actually classified as killed right now until it reaches 100% again. Doesn't need to attack that. The big fight breaking out again. MarineLorD scrambling to defend. He's trying to get the horsemen through the spears and killing Mangonels. He kills 2 of them. Great shot, and he moves out.
This just feels like Vortex is behind enemy lines right here, and he can't get supplies to him. He can't get reinforcements. He's completely surrounded, and MarineLorD just keeps picking away, pulling him out of position, taking care of the siege. Look, more reinforcements coming from Vortex, but MarineLorD has almost cleared up this entire army.
Wow, MarineLorD doing another tech switch. How does he dare to think? How can he stop and think about what's actually needed when he's constantly being forced to defend, standing on the precipice of defeat? He's switching into veteran archers, making archers and horsemen. Archers are going to do good into spears. Horsemen find the most long-distance mining gold ever and start to go ham. And this actually matters. These are required for Mangonels, Springholds, and for Men-at-Arms. Only 300 gold to the bank for Vortex. He dropped to 900 food per minute again. MarineLorD 1600. Vortex simply invested far less into farms, and he didn't find that right side berry bush either. Horsemen causing distraction. MarineLorD, he's up against it, make no doubt. He's against the ropes, but he's getting some encouraging words from his boxing coach, and is trying to find ways to abuse Vortex's weakness.
I like how it only takes 20 enemy horsemen to remake a mining camp on that goal.
I almost feel like he shouldn't have harassed it.
Yeah, exactly. You just be like, yo, that's fine, bro. And here comes the rush from VortiX, possibly sensing that he keeps falling behind in this game. He hasn't hit the eco from MarineLorD. Maybe he's thinking MarineLorD is building up something behind this, and he's going to go for the kill here. And the question, once again, is what does MarineLorD have to stop this? He's not repairing with anything. There's a siege ball here, and here comes the push.
This is a good use case scenario for the all-army hotkey. MarineLorD has to respond to this, but look at that entrenched position that VortiX has, Dave.
Yeah, he's got the Spearman in front, and the Horseman can't get close, and MarineLorD taps out. Excellent job from VortiX. Crazy hold from MarineLorD, but VortiX, with that army, with that death ball, MarineLorD could never engage directly. Is able to get it done, and he taps out before the landmark victory came in, but he couldn't stop that force.
Didn't want to get eliminated by landmarks, kept his dignity and called GG. Wow, what a cool game. One of the coolest games so far.
Yeah, and I think MarineLorD not scouting that gold in the back possibly hurt him a lot.
I think so.
Yeah.
But let's also not forget that MarineLorD and VortiX, they both went for triple TC, got it as early as possibly can, good economy, and villagers cost only 25, so in theory, villager harassment is part of a very long-term game plan that works best when both are satisfied to sit back, eking out economy advantages. Let's say that he killed 10 villagers in the relatively early part of the night harass, which is his chosen unit for this matchup in the early game, and then he killed another 20 later. That's a very small percentage of the total economy, as it could be in a feudal singular town center battle. Then you have VortiX. He straight up went for the ultimate late game army, men-at-arms, spearmen, springles, and mangonels, and he really focused on making sure he can win that main battle, shrugging off little inconveniences like losing 5 or 10 villagers, not always with perfect defense against the knights, but eventually he had an army that could actually do the kind of push that he made here. We saw 2 different army compositions. I think both have a lot of merit, but VortiX leveraged his to get his win condition.
Yep. And I think MarineLorD, we saw him go on to stone there. I think it was at like 300, 400. Imagine if he got a keep out there in front of his base. I think it would have been so much better in defense.
So helpful.
Yeah.
He had the stone. We're not sure really what happened to it.
He didn't have the gold to buy extra stone, though.
Ah, yeah.
So he couldn't even like desperation buy and then place a keep in front.
And
it
it's
would have helped so much.
It's expensive, right?
Yeah.
It's like to buy 400 stone costs you something like 700 gold. It has a really high tax rate. So a very cool 1-1 between these 2 players. VortiX has gotten better and better as the tournament went on.
Yep, he really has, and he's in there practicing in our practice room all the time with his brother and with the other players. So he's getting better with every single set he plays, and he's going to be going for the Mongols here in game number 3, and MarineLorD will be playing as the Rus, and we can see him already starting to collect that bounty.
Now, players speak fairly openly sometimes about which civs they think are better on what map, and part of that could be mental warfare, but part of it could be the camaraderie of spending time at a relatively intimate event like this. MarineLorD believes staunchly, or is hiding his true feelings, that Rus is the best on Mongolian Heights and the only map where Rus should be played. VortiX is matching him with Mongols, which used to be the #1 civilization on hybrid maps in general and on land maps. But we're talking about hybrid here, a map that has a river separating the 2 players between them. So it will be interesting to see if the old or the new knowledge is correct. Is MarineLorD correct in his presumption that Mongols are worse here than Rus?
I don't want to go out on a limb and give an opinion contrary to MarineLorD. I think like he is far more qualified than I am. He
but
has
VortiX
like
does dare to do so.
Yeah, and VortiX has his opinion, and I don't want to disagree with him either. So I'm going to happily sit on the fence.
Abstain and let the players do the talking. Actions, not words. I'm with you, Dave. We shall see.
So we see a lot of sheep and the deer patch being started on there from VortiX. His second scout is on the field, so he's going to start clearing up the deer patch near his base, and he has a wolf trailing his con, and I think he got the kill on that. I don't think MarineLorD got that.
It's hard to see the miniature by themselves because of the observer overlay not necessarily showing it. Could be a cool thing for the future. But for now, we look at the blue vision, which is MarineLorD. He's got a bounty of 135, and we can see his sheep count as well, the total accumulated sheep thus far, and that is 10. Okay, now let's look at VortiX. How many sheep does VortiX, who's playing in the red on the right side, have? He's got 14 sheep, a little bit more. And we can't see his current bounty, apparently, which is more of an observer
Well,
bug,
no,
I
VortiX
suppose.
is Mongols.
Oh, yeah, of course.
This is why I'm here.
Thanks, Relic! No bounty.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
No bounty, but a wall. A wall
More sheep,
across
though.
the middle there for the Roost player, and immediately deleted as the units come forward. And I believe that was 2 villagers along with that.
I'm glad you're here for the hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah.
No bounty, but more sheep for VortiX. And now I was referring to my bounty foible.
No,
was
I
not talking
understand.
about-
No, I understand.
You sounded so serious, like, oh my god. Yeah, VortiX is coming in with the Outpost Rush. I wonder if he'll make it in range of the TC to kind of harass where the sheep are, or if he's going to go around the base and to harass something else like the wood.
Yeah, and he's going to leave his little pet bird there to give him some extra scouting. And he's going to go all the way around to that wood line at the back. Also spots the stone from MarineLorD. There is the first outpost. I wonder how many spearmen he has forward there. Only 2.
I see he's got 15, 16 villagers, 21 food. So he's got about 6 spearmen now, I believe. Outpost is coming up on the wood. Now we see the vision of MarineLorD. He's got a good amount of economy. He's got 16 economy. Golden Gate is going to come down.
He saw the con, but I don't think he saw the villagers coming across with
Now
the
he
dock.
knows.
But
Now he knows about the outpost. It's when it's already 80%.
and yeah, there's no way to deny that right away. He's just going to have to shift around and then try and deny that second outpost that's surely following.
Goes around to the right side of the wood. Okay. So MarineLorD is getting letting an outpost go up. Wonder what he's going to do at Feudal, and whether these spearmen are actually going to be fast enough to destroy that dock. I guess it doesn't matter because you can make loads of attack
I
ships.
mean the fishing ships, they just drop off into thin air, right? They hurl their wares to the shore, and then you can upgrade them. They also make guns or make weaponry out of midair too.
Yeah, fish bones. Like
Yeah,
fish
exactly.
bone arrows.
Very crafty
Very
sailors.
Yeah.
All right.
Another outpost here, indeed, on that position of the sheep. He remakes it. Not
One
sure
tile
why.
further back, and it can still be ranged there by the TC a little bit. The con is still there attacking the scout from MarineLorD. MarineLorD harassing a little bit, and this dock is on fire and about to go down. MarineLorD is defending calmly from this rush.
Yeah, he seems quite unconcerned, and he must have been in this situation a lot. This is a great matchup to practice on the ladder. A lot of people are going to try Mongols against you on Mongolian heights. So a new age begins for MarineLorD, 5:30. He's still got loads of fishing boats, 7 right now, 7 fishing boats, so great income from that. And what's he going to make behind this? He would want a lot of wood and archers to stop villagers from making more outposts. And then eventually, I don't know, is it blacksmith and rams?
I don't know. I'm surprised that VortiX went back to the front side there for the outpost. Would he not just continue around that wood line?
Yeah, he's trying to harass the sheep. Oh, Khan died. Oops. He's trying to harass the sheep, but MarineLorD cleverly pivoted the sheep around the right side where they are safe. It's also very much vision and movement restriction, but I agree with you that another outpost on the top side of the wood would have been far more effective. What is
there's
working?
a cliff there. It's a bit weird to path around. Maybe he clicked and assumed it was blocked. Maybe he didn't scout. I don't know. Questions for another time.
I think he just wanted to make sure he controls the whole side. It looks like now he's going to go with those villagers around the top side. It's going to take him at least 30 seconds to walk around all the way around the cliff. By that time, there are archers out already. So MarineLorD is making plenty of archers. Meanwhile, would you do this, Dave? Would you go and make scouts attack the enemy Uvu? Like, that seems like such a random move here.
I like applying pressure. I like forcing your opponent to look back at their base and away from this rush. But I don't know how much value the scouts are really going to get. I like the archer forward.
Okay.
That's going to be able to deal with the wolves, but the bitey infantry is all on top of him, and the archer actually might go down to the spearman as MarineLorD notices. I think he noticed those two villagers attempting to chop through and go towards there. And I don't think they could chop through. I think he failed to chop through and is just settling with an outpost at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if he did try to chop. Did you see any trees go down?
He was chopping for sure. He was chopping there. Yeah, there's one. And
how much wood do the villagers carry? Can you click them, observer? 2 wood. So he's allowed to continue chopping.
And MarineLorD just goes way over there for a lumber camp. All the way over to the right-hand side for that other wood line, but Vortex is heading over too, and MarineLorD knows all about this. He's got archers coming. Vortex spots that, and he's going to run back to the safety of his outpost. So this outpost rush basically stalled out. MarineLorD still with those sheep on the safe side of that town center if he needs that food income. But, I mean, he's got the fishing ships still.
Yep. Economy difference 6 to 7 right now. Neither having any economy upgrades. MarineLorD does have that bounty bonus as well. I don't think the bounty bonus helps much. It gives a passive food gathering bonus to villagers, not to fishing ships.
If you're MarineLorD, do you get, once you get the second dock up, do you just keep producing fishing ships?
He's
got 800 wood.
Yeah, I guess he has enough archers. Yeah, he did.
Just keep making more. I mean, your opponent, and look,
Third
another dock.
dock!
Yeah, just fish boom, okay?
Wow.
How did those villagers survive? Excuse me?
Which one? The 2? He moved back, stayed back a bit, and then went again, but they've been found.
Okay, yeah, they should have been found the entire time, and the archers are looping around. Will he be able to complete that in time? I don't think so.
But he's running in time. He's running from scouts. Can take quite a few shots here. He's running in the wrong direction, though.
Khan attacking the wooden fortress. Khan is alive again, but not for very long. Oh, never mind. He survives.
For now, villagers are running away for their lives. Not sure why he didn't go to the safety of his own outpost on the left side. Meanwhile, MarineLorD is more than fine. He's giga fine. He's mega fine. He's got 3 docks. His archers are already superior to what VortiX has on the field, which is Spearman, of course. Spearman and a Khan. There are a couple of horsemen here, and VortiX has made a dock himself.
Yep.
Khan goes down. Where is VortiX's dock? Oh, on the left side.
It's on the left side there. I think we saw it for 1 second. He's actually making a second dock, so it's going to be 2v2 docks here. But
2v3.
Oh, 2v3 dock. No, 3 docks for who?
Yeah. He's got 3 docks.
No, he
2.
had 1 foundation.
Oh, okay. Oh, just 2 docks. All right,
and he's still making fish.
He
got 4 queued.
dock.
He's got 4 more fishing ships queued, so he can convert these. It's just whether he has the resources in the bank.
He's got no gold right now. He's not gathering. He's been focusing very heavily on boats and archers. He has gone... Okay, that's where his gold went. You know, golden tickets. He can use the golden gate to sell wood, buy gold, go age up. That's exactly what he's done. He's got 0 tickets left. Now he has 1. So he can make... What's he... Oh, okay. 1 Loggia attack ship conversion. He had exactly enough gold for it.
And there we go. The ships from Vortex already on the water. He's hanging around his dock, so he's going to be healing a little bit. But now he runs away towards the fishing economy from MarineLorD. Both ships on fire here, but MarineLorD decides to go check for some fishing ships from Vortex, I think.
Horsemen coming in, getting decent shots in on villagers. Let's take a look at the first-person view for MarineLorD, who's about to reach Castle Age. He's running his fishing ships away. The slower fishing ships are actually the ones that are trying to convert to become a military ship, a Loggia attack ship. So they're easy pickings. They die quickly to the light wargings. Une nouvelle age commence. He gets the Age 3 here coming out. He can make a warrior monk. He's got 8 idle villagers. That's his fishing ships, presumably. Gathering food and wood. Now we look at VortiX. A heavy wood economy is VortiX, and he's making as many light junks as possible in order to completely shut down the food gathering on the water of MarineLorD.
Not the greatest engagement with the horsemen up there either. I think he caused a little bit of idle time, but I don't think he even killed a unit against that wooden fortress.
Yeah, horsemen... they were hidden, and then he showed them, and he just didn't get that much out of it. Not sure it was the best play there. Now Castle Age for MarineLorD. And how far away is VortiX from Castle? He invested heavily into tier 2 warships.
He's tossing a few more on gold, maybe. No, those villagers are going towards the sheep, so he's going to have to up his gold income a little bit and keep that food in the bank to go up to the next stage. MarineLorD already providing forward pressure, though. He's defended on the sea, defended against those horsemen, obviously, and here come the archers across. This is the advantage of the Roost, to have those fishing ships behind your economy, and you can put your land villagers on different things instead of allocating them over to the sheep or the berries.
I should point out, by the way, that the Khan HP icon on the left is always on the left, even though it's VortiX's Khan HP. Like, if you look at the left of the screen, sometimes you see the Khan there, and it's a bit confusing, but it really is VortiX's Khan. It's gone now, so anyway, whatever. Should have probably not pointed it out. Light junks are fighting Lodja attack ships. VortiX still very much in feudal age, and he's making so many light junks. They can never get out of feudal age.
Yeah, the light junks just don't seem like the play when MarineLorD can simply convert his ships. But I guess if you win the water, then you can control the crossings as well. So
yeah,
it's kind of like if you invest hard into that, you have a chance to take out the fish, chance to control the forwards across. So even if MarineLorD makes land pressure, can't really bring it to your economy. It's like a buffer zone.
Yeah, and VortiX hasn't yet. He's losing relics slowly and soon to MarineLorD, who's just finished the Warrior Monk. There are 2 relics on the safe side of VortiX. By the way, can we just point out that for the last 10 minutes almost, VortiX has had an outpost shooting at the town center of MarineLorD.
It's going down.
Yeah, like
it's going
37
down.
minutes game
What's
time.
in there, by the way?
Yeah, 5 spears still.
Ah.
Like, that's non-stop attack sound notifications for MarineLorD, right? Very potentially disrupting to your rest. In comes a wooden wall creation. I think actually VortiX has enough ships to win the fight here.
I think so too. Maybe he's waiting for that final ship there. Oh, he queued up another one and he continues to go back.
Wow. MarineLorD does have that +1 range attack that takes the arrows damage from the Lodja attack ships from 8 to 9. This helps for light junks as well, and VortiX just started his own. There's also a demo ship.
Well, he saw the mass that VortiX has, and if VortiX isn't very careful looking at this fight, MarineLorD could get close.
He's hiding it. He's hiding the demo ship in the middle of it. Are we going to see Let It Blow? Demo ship!
Demo ship is coming in. VortiX realizes it's there. He's trying to run away.
It's okay. It only killed 1. Now he's going to aggressively move towards MarineLorD. Oh, he's got the healing from the docks kind of lingering on him. He's got the superior mass. He's killing them down. Both of them can attack and shoot at the same time. We're looking at this. Meanwhile, there's more going on the land as well in various places. There's a battle of horsemen and archers here against spears and horsemen. It's crazy right now. It looks like VortiX may actually be getting the upper hand.
Yeah, he waited long enough. We thought he might have enough, and I guess we were right as he comes in here. But as easy as that, MarineLorD converts a few more ships, and now he's pushing VortiX back one more time. VortiX, though, pushing away the land military from MarineLorD. The archers falling pretty early in that engagement. MarineLorD's got to go back through his gate to the relative safety of his own side of the map.
VortiX just took a 6 economy lead after being down 6 the entire game. He killed fishing ships, aka MarineLorD converted them to attack ships, which were then killed as well. But I wonder what else happened. Did any
Was
villagers...
there idle TC time or something? I don't remember that many villagers going down.
Yeah, and I didn't see it on the minimap, but I think villagers died somewhere.
Does VortiX have fishing ships? He doesn't, right?
No, he doesn't. Not one. So I do think MarineLorD lost not just fishing ships, but also villagers. I don't know where.
Was he losing them to the outpost, maybe?
Possibly some villagers. Oh, look at that. You see that sheep carcass under the TC?
Oh, maybe he had the gather point set there?
Well, he finished the last sheep that were to the top right.
And then they all came over. Oh, no.
Very possibly that's what happened.
I like how he made a little corridor.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a corridor through the fort. He wants to block it from both directions in the middle crossing of the river there.
Well, what? Well, you only need one. It's more like a reinforced one, right? If in case hulks or demo ships try to blast through.
It's cute. I like it.
MarineLorD does have 3 relics against nil. He is again 2 economy ahead because he's making 3 fishing boats at a time. Or 2.
How many fishing boats does he still have?
Let's take a look at
Add
the all
some
unit
more.
command. We can see there are 8 fishing ships, 46 villagers. On the other side, what have we got for VortiX? We have 52, that's 6 more, and no fishing boats. Okay, so I do think there were MarineLorD villager losses. I think it's the sheep hypothesis.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. There's no other reason for that carcass to be there unless VortiX just randomly sniped it with his tower. Ships now coming across now that the gate is gone on that side, and he's going to push this military away from VortiX. VortiX now getting the upgrade for his ships and able to push away the cavalry from MarineLorD. He's going to find these walls now.
These walls must be crumbling down, thinks VortiX. He's going to move in with the light junks. He gets stuck. But you can click the wooden walls.
This looks so ridiculous.
Whoever thought of walling out ships? Like, I've never seen that before in any game. MarineLorD went for double ranged armor upgrade with Horsemen and now Springles. Interesting decision. VortiX once again going for the barracks route. He just finished Veteran Spearmen. And MarineLorD himself has barracks ready as well. Once he realizes that they are finished and idle, he should start making some men-at-arms.
And MarineLorD once again ahead in economy as he added those extra fishing ships. He's also thinking about capturing the sacred site over there on the right, although I think that was denied. And he does have 3 relics behind this too.
Yeah,
he's bringing a 4th.
Oh yeah, wow. And the final one is all the way towards the south side. Nice gold gain for MarineLorD.
Okay, another dead con. Oops. Many dead cons this game. Maybe is that the 3rd, I think?
Yeah, 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
Men-at-arms production by MarineLorD. Springles also. The light junks there are firing at the wooden wall. It's going to take them a long time. He's going to have to still make his way through the next one. Now you see why MarineLorD did that.
Yeah, and that's just an extra insurance policy if he's going to invest into those extra fishing ships. And I believe, was that a landmark there?
Was that a keep or landmark?
That is a monastery.
Okay.
I caught it out of the corner of my eye. Didn't think he had enough resources from it, and apparently he doesn't. He's also building up Springolds behind this too as he drops off his 4th relic of the game.
Goes for the 5th. We saw a little face scratch by VortiX as he resets his mind to focus on the next thing. MarineLorD, he has got many Springolds, and those are really useful nowadays to fight against ships. In the last patch, they were brought from 30 damage into ships to 120, 4 times as much. And with their 10 range, they're very effective at winning against light junks and light hawks, or whatever they call it, war junks.
And as we get later into the game, of course, the Roost Springolds will get that extra range, and they'll be extra deadly to everything. Men-at-arms forced to go back. I didn't realize the junks shred Men-at-arms that hard.
Yeah, they do good, and that's despite MarineLorD having 2 ranged armor. That's 4 plus 2 is 6. The junks are doing 10 damage, so they're doing 4 damage a pop. Oh, 12. Oh yeah, they got wait. No, they just do more than I thought.
They're not junk!
Yeah, 12 damage, so that's 6 damage a pop. They fire a multitude of arrows. Yeah, I actually thought they were going to do more damage, but MarineLorD got that double ranged armor.
Oh, casually under the
any
TC.
Conversions?
Oh, Villager Wallalow coming in!
Nuclear launch detected.
VortiX garrisons in the TC. That is the obvious response to that. He is going to be able to save all but 2 of those villagers. Almost a massive conversion. I feel like you almost have to attack and distract somewhere else before you go for that play.
Yeah. And, yeah, I don't think there was that much distraction, but it's true. You know what he could have done? Warrior Monk at home, pop a conversion at his own monastery, then start a fight, 4 seconds later do it there. But it was just kind of opportunist, right? Like he took the relic and he realized he moved through a TC. Mind you, by the way, that's a Mongol second TC.
Yep.
Not usual in this matchup.
And VortiX has had that for, I think, 2 minutes now, 3 minutes now?
Probably quite a while. You look at the economy, it's evened out despite the fishing ship's advantage for MarineLorD. So VortiX is in a great defensive position.
But he's still facing up against a potential Roost late game here on Mongolian Heights. And MarineLorD with 5 relics behind this. VortiX, I think we saw him set up all those outposts around his step readout there. He wants to keep that safe. He's learned lessons from this tournament, people being raided along that building. Yep, it's great. It's so cheap. Like, it's just a cheap option. Yeah.
What did all the Mongols players do this tournament? Try to outpost rush and then fall back on complacent defense.
Yep.
Step readout with 0 outposts.
Yeah, and that's where you lose 10 villagers in the middle of the game, and then you realize you're suddenly omega behind in economy.
He thought about it. He said, if I get to a mid-game situation, 3 outposts. Late game, 4.
Yeah. All right, Mangonel's coming in now from VortiX. He's also building a Springald there, but there's siege on this side of the river from MarineLorD. Still 10 villagers garrisoned in that town center.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of firing at those men-at-arms, right? Meanwhile, what happened to the light junks? Are they just marooned, left on the water here for now? Yeah, they're defending one area of the map. He can unpack the TC and just walk away.
Yep. I still have nightmares about that. Every time I see that.
Dude, remember making all those stupid little wall segments to try and block locations?
Yep. You'd see it coming across the map. I still have bad memories. Trying to clear up that outpost at the back. VortiX still with some units in there, so still firing, and VortiX is still adding villagers, so the economy is competitive here. It's 82 for MarineLorD, 74 for VortiX, but remember the 5 relics and all that extra food that MarineLorD has gotten from those fishing ships this entire time. He still has 3 fishing ships in the queue. He's still queuing up fishing ships. Okay, canceled them as soon as I said it. But
yeah, he's like, wait, I still have 3 fishing.
He's got 13.
And MarineLorD is mashing wooden fortresses with Springald emplacements here on the side. Arrow slits as well. Trying to have enough stone to get all that goodness. If you get the range upgrade as well, you can have a 11 range Springald emplacement. It's quite good. Also, MarineLorD, besides those relics, has a sacred site. Could go for the second. He's getting 600 gold per minute for free.
We're about to have a big fight here. VortiX has a number of Springalds up on this hill here. There are fortresses from MarineLorD at the bottom of the hill, but VortiX with a few early snipes there. I think he took out 2 Springalds from MarineLorD. MarineLorD taking out 2 Springalds now from VortiX. The shots come in at first from VortiX. 2 more going down for both players and only 1 Springald left. VortiX, though, can't really follow up because of those emplacements that MarineLorD has set up behind this.
Just see how the tinder that was left behind in the Springald's mayhem's wake kept like glitching out. Just a testament to the Springalds that were destroyed. MarineLorD is starting to build a keep here as well, a blue keep to solidify his beachhead on the side of VortiX. But VortiX does have secretly, kind of sneaking in, 40% more army supply.
Yeah, he does, and he's got more Springalds to replace the ones he lost.
19 spears, 19 men-at-arms, 2 mangonels, 5 Springalds, and a couple of warships. That's what he has. 38 infantry and a couple of siege. On the other side, 21 men-at-arms, 6 Springalds, 2 mangonels and 2 mangonels, 6 spears and 5 Springalds. Much better army for VortiX, but can he use it?
I just
now that there's a keep?
I don't feel like he can ever really take down this keep if MarineLorD keeps the Springalds around this area. He's got a trebuchet. Okay, so attacking from Omega long range there.
Attraction trebuchet has been fielded. Mongol buildings are packing up and leaving. Another rock kind of flew by there. You can make traction trebuchets with Mongol units, so that's pretty neat.
And he's going for 3.
Okay. I think you may want even more. They're a little cheaper than counterweight trebuchets. Do less damage, a little bit less range, I believe, question mark. We can check how much range it has. If we click one of the... let's look at the range if you hover over the stats. 13, okay, yeah. Less range. Full counterweight trebuchets have 16, this is 13. Still pretty solid. And he's making a 4th one presently. Men-at-arms coming in from the flank!
Men-at-arms coming in. The Springalds a little bit out of position, a little too close, and the Springalds are moving forward too. He's trying to snipe the siege from MarineLorD, but MarineLorD with more Springalds behind this still, he has to pull back now. The mangonels firing at the infantry. The keep is still alive, even though the trebuchets are firing on that building. And the trebuchets actually had to retreat there. He was getting a little bit nervous about the Springalds coming forward.
He's got 3. 1 isn't finished yet. He's shooting at the keep once again. The Men-at-Arms and Spearmen are coming in, trying to finally get the jump on those Mangonels. Looks like they can get it. 2 more nice shots from the Mangonels are coming in, but he's attacking them right now with the torch damage. Second Sacred Side is being taken by MarineLorD. Victory condition, timer starting.
Yep, and now Vortex's military population is falling. He was up at, I think, 100 plus there for a second, and now he's down to 46 as the keeps getting whittled down there. There are villagers available to defend, and MarineLorD is desperately, he's like, I just need, bro, just leave my Springles alone. Leave them alone. Leave them alone.
He's running them away. They're really not much slower, are they, than the units chasing them. And VortiX, he kind of got out microed here, I gotta say. His army was moving in a stupid blob. The keep does get taken down.
It's gonna stay up.
Really?
It's gonna stay up, and now the trebuchets are kind of exposed on this side. The army population now equal for both players.
Springles! Springles are taking down the trebuchets right
snipes.
here.
Yeah, easy snipes there for MarineLorD, and VortiX, he has to be sensing just the momentum shift from that fight.
That's it. That's gotta be it. GG. VortiX calls it. MarineLorD takes the 2-1 victory lead.
That was a good performance there from MarineLorD, especially with all the early pressure from VortiX to just go out there and add more docks and add like 15 fishing ships behind it was so great. He never had to put villagers on food. He always had that food, which means he could allocate them to wood, he could allocate them to gold, and he could focus everything into military production and getting those Springles across the field.
You called it, man.
Yeah.
You said, can't he just make a second dock? He did. And it and the wooden walls were key to him staying alive with that economy. And
the double wooden wall, too. It delayed for so long. He didn't need to focus on water at all.
Yeah, he could just not convert those fishing ships. Very valuable. Very, very nice job here by MarineLorD. Dave, did he even ever take down those outposts on the left of his TC?
He had one, not the one in front that potentially killed the villagers. I'll have to go back and look and see what happened there. But he didn't take that one down, but I think he had one men-at-arm attacking the one on the wood line. He just ignored it.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with that.
I wonder if those spearmen were still in there, actually.
Maybe.
Where were you when the Westfold fell? I was drinking with my pals in an outpost.
We're helping.
Yeah.
We were starting the landmark destruction victory, trying to kill the TC in 45 minutes of game time. Very helpful. Thank you, Spearman.
Yeah.
But, wow, great job by MarineLorD, showing a complete disregard for the outposts that were there, just spreading himself out across the map. A lot of multitasking required to get all those relics.
Oh, yeah.
Sacred sides.
And being attacked constantly by that outpost, too. So it's like you can't even really identify when something new is happening.
Exactly. You need to have your eyes peeled to the minimap. There's no other way. Well, MarineLorD is looking great for going potentially 4-0 in terms of matches, and that's a guarantee of 2-0, even of top 4. It's a guarantee of being top 2, I think, maybe, if you're 4-0, no?
Let's think. Is anyone else 3-1?
The
Maybe Beastyqt and Mista have a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Of being 3-1, so.
Yeah, let's not guarantee anything yet without looking at the schematics, but if MarineLorD goes 4-0, I mean, he's looking really, really good, and 5-0 obviously guarantees it. The group stage works as follows. If you're top 2 in this group stage, you go into the semi-final slots, and if you are top 6, so 6-3, you go into the pre-semi-final slots. The winner of a match goes into the semi-finals. We can call it the quarterfinals. You
have an opportunity, too, to watch your competitors play their sets before, and you can kind of just chill and focus on what they're doing and try and analyze and target their weaknesses. So I think it helps.
Yeah. Well, it turns out that Roos got another victory here. MarineLorD's methodology proving correct, but it didn't win by itself. It was not easy sailing. He was against a very strong VortiX. Had that nice keep location. A little bit better micro on the Springald Wars. He actually made a 40 food army work into a 70 food army. Well, population army, which is pretty impressive. Keep helped a lot. It's a 2-1.
Well, 5 of them were in the tower.
Yeah, the 5-star. That's true. And he had a couple of warships, right?
Yeah, he had, what, 4 warships?
I think it was 4 light junks and 1 war junk, perhaps, which is more than 1 pop. Do you know if it's 2 or 3?
I think it might be 2.
Something like that.
So it's not telling the full story
Right.
when we just look at the number comparisons.
Right. There's still a couple of civs left. We'll be seeing soon which map they're going to be going towards.
We haven't spent much time on this Civ draft screen, actually. I can't even remember what the maps were.
Yeah.
I know the bands are Delhi, obviously.
Yeah, I don't remember the maps too.
Yep, here we go. Look, they don't even have the next game, but Overlay Guy bringing us here already.
Well, VortiX lost, so we go to high view.
Yeah, it's obvious.
So high view next. Civs that are available: Chinese, French, English, Rus. Thinking phase. There we go. High view.
Good job, Overlay Guy.
VortiX is under the gun. 1 more map loss, and he's lost the series. I believe he's 2-1 in score. 2-2 is still fine, but it's much safer to be 3-1.
So your favorite on high view?
Between these, it's gotta be English or French from VortiX. I don't think he feels comfortable enough to take the old favorite of Rus on high view, despite the multitude of animals.
MarineLorD has Mongols available.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mongols, English. English mostly is seen as a kind of counterpick civ. Use them well, and then they're good. They're actually some of the top win rates in this tournament.
But it is MarineLorD.
It is MarineLorD's Mongols. Yeah.
Which is frightening.
So MarineLorD can just go English. They're fine for an English mirror. He won the... no, he lost the Abbasid mirror. He could do English. I still don't know who has the advantage, English, French.
MarineLorD has Dry Arabia available next, and it feels like that might be a map where he picks French.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
So now it's time for Mongols or English. Imagine playing a whole best of 5 without taking Mongols. Dave, it hasn't happened yet.
I could understand it completely. With what I've seen this tournament, we were talking about what potentially the worst civ is between some of the players today, and people were bringing up Mongols. And it was like...
I don't know if it's tongue-in-cheek.
I know.
And we're kind of trying out how it feels to say it.
No, but they were like nervous when they said it. They're like, you know what, it might be Mongols. Yeah, based on this tournament. I think it's just because players aren't practicing playing them. They're just practicing playing against them, basically.
No. Go back to the
Logan Cam.
Go back to the...
Here we go. Game number 4 here, and VortiX is playing as English, and MarineLorD has gone for the French here, so he won't be playing that on Dry Arabia if VortiX manages to win 1 more game.
Okay. Kind of within the limits of expectations, and that means that Mongols could be coming out on Dry Arabia against VortiX's French or Chinese.
French. Or HRE.
Or HRE. Yeah, that's not going to happen
French.
on Dry, so it would be MarineLorD Mongol against VortiX French on Dry Arabia.
That's neither here nor there, though.
Yeah, it's not sure, right?
Because we need VortiX to win one
more
game.
Sure, yeah. It's not sure we'll get there. Definitely. Let's focus on the present. In the red, VortiX as English, here on high view, singular scout, going for the circuitous round around his base. Finding not too many sheep, to be honest. Can we take a look at the minimap with a full vision, and so we can see if the north side, just kind of go past the north side of the map, all the way the edge, north, the other north.
My north.
Yeah. Are there any sheep that he missed here? And we're looking. No, he didn't. Okay, so there just really weren't that many on this side. So VortiX is going for a very early lumber camp, Dave. Not directly contributing towards a feudal... a fast feudal, but of course lumber helps a lot in order to be able to make use of it. And he's still gathering gold despite having enough for feudal already. So he's thinking about what? Campfire. Oh, he found that nice little pack of sheep.
Oh, 3 sheep back there. That's just a treasure trove that you find in the corner. And we're on VortiX's point of view. Steady heart rate at 80. And he seems calm for being in a 4th game here. When I believe is he up 2-1 in previous sets, or is he 1-2?
VortiX is 2-1.
Okay, so then I guess you can make the argument to be calm in a situation like this against a player who many consider to be potentially the best in the world in MarineLorD.
Yeah, I'm not calm when I'm playing against MarineLorD. The few times I faced him in quick match, I actually just wanted to hide under a rock. I was like, is this how rank 350 players feel when they meet me? I told myself, have more courage, but like I do, his strength level is fairly unparalleled. And I certainly took a bit of a metaphorical whooping. VortiX, more courage. He's totally fine. And he was getting that gold, maybe some kind of wheelbarrow build as the English. Pretty interesting. There we go, wheelbarrow.
Also fascinating to see how MarineLorD uses his mouse. It's like he's kind of got it curved in front of the keyboard. It's not on the other side of the keyboard. It's directly in front, and then he bends his arm around, and it's like horizontal with it's really strange. You notice it the next time we go to POV.
I don't think you'll find it in an ergonomics advice manual.
No.
But it's what he likes. It's what he uses, and try to convince him otherwise. He's used to it now. Nice defensive gold location for MarineLorD towards the south of his town center.
Yeah, and we see that's not going to be harassed anytime soon. And when you're playing as the French, you really want a safe gold, and that's pretty far from the TC. But like you said, at the back, harder to reach by those longbows.
Yeah, it's a very bad spot for VortiX, who is English, and the wood is extremely safe as well in the same location. It even means that an outpost or a wall towards the bottom... Oh, never mind. Let's stop speaking hypothetically. The wall's already there. He is so excessively safe.
Yep. This is a great layout. This is a great way to read the map for MarineLorD. Go for that early wall. I know a lot of players are... You know, everyone's kind of scared to invest the resources early because you want to get greedy and you want to have the perfect economy every single game. But sometimes it's just worth it, especially for your peace of mind, you know? You know exactly where those armies are going to funnel in if there's a wall back there.
Yep, exactly, and that's it. And I love players playing safe that way. It's an easy example to follow for anyone watching to get that out on time. Meanwhile, VortiX perhaps realizing due to scouting information that it is tough to harass, or perhaps trying to have a different balance than the Herder, Pepega, Longbomb and Rush, has gone for, obviously we know he's got that wheelbarrow, but he also went for the early 4 farms, which kind of extends the lifespan, the shelf life of your food economy in general. You're not going in as heavily on the sheep immediately. Now you've got a source of renewable food, which English has a bonus gathering rate bonus for.
And MarineLorD opened with, I think, 1 horseman. He opened archery range, so he added a few archers, and now he's going into professional scouts, and he's making 2 more scouts. Actually, I think 3 more scouts maybe. To go and gather the carcasses from the left side of his base.
I think you're right. I think he has 4 in total, probably 1 currently doing scout duty, and then having 3 go to the left. This is what I'm afraid of as English. I see French going for pro scouts. I try to put my army out there to defend and kill the scouts, but English army is so immobile, you can't really do that without potentially getting punished. So I like that VortiX says, you've got your Civ strength, I'm going for mine. I know that I can't throw my longbows out there to the sharks. You could easily make a couple of horsemen, a couple of archers and take me down. Instead, I'll go for farms.
Yep, and if you want to bring your longbows across, you almost need spearmen. But now he's got the archery range. So if he brings the longbows across, MarineLorD maybe creates a few horsemen that he's got in the queue right now. He could collapse on those longbows, and if there's spearmen with the longbows, then you can pick them off with the archers. So MarineLorD has a lot of answers here. It's just what sort of mass will VortiX have when he finally pushes across the map? Will MarineLorD have enough in defense?
That's a great question. We'll see how that goes. And VortiX is still focusing on units. He's getting quite a lot of food, perhaps a bit too much to secure balance in his economy. He's sending more villagers to wood now. What's interesting is that MarineLorD just took his scout, one of them, and he walked past that gold mining camp. It's somewhere in the north of the map now, and he saw just 1 villager on gold. He also saw all the farms. All the farms means you might be going for a farm plus gold economy equals castle. But the lack of villagers on gold means you're getting a lot of food, either for men-at-arms, spears, or horsemen, because you don't need that much food for villagers and longbows specifically. So it's a bit of trying to piece things together. I wouldn't put it past MarineLorD to guess that maybe VortiX has a secret stables to make horsemen. This could be okay. And to be honest, even with all the vision we have, I'm still not sure what VortiX is doing. He's making spears. From how many barracks is that? Just
He only
one.
had one, I believe, one at the front there.
So why does he have so much food coming in when he doesn't have so much gold coming in? That's what I still don't get.
I don't know. And now he's going across the map with his main army. MarineLorD was also going over towards that left side. I don't know if his archers followed his scouts. No, his scouts are over there grabbing the carcasses. He's still got one horseman in the back. Soon as he saw that one villager on gold, he immediately sent two horsemen. He just couldn't resist the temptation. One of them got picked off from VortiX, and now VortiX's turn to come forward. He's hiding in that stealth forest currently. MarineLorD, though, spots him.
Yeah, does VortiX know that you are visible by scouts on the first 1 or 2 hecks of that woods? Either way, it changed a few seconds in terms of warning for MarineLorD. Let's look at MarineLorD's total army right now. Does he have what it takes to stop this? He's got 6 archers, a horseman, and 5 scouts.
Only one horseman there. That's
not a lot
enough.
And he's not producing. He chooses to go Castle Age, regardless of this threat on his doorstep. He feels that this TC and the outpost to the left are plenty. He's probably scouted the absence of a blacksmith and knows that this is an army ready to fight, but it is not an army ready to dive under TC. It's an excellent estimation, and it's what sets him apart from many others.
It's a calculated risk, and I feel like professional scouts really enables this play. He doesn't need the berries. He doesn't need any external food sources. He can simply gather the food from under his TC because he spent the resources to get it, and he spent the time bringing the carcasses in, and maybe even a second outpost here would be viable.
Yeah, I could see VortiX just walking past it.
Yeah.
There's people that do that. He just saw the H3. He just scratched his neck. It's the esports neck scratch.
We're releasing a catalog after this tournament, folks. Don't you worry. If you can't remember all these terms.
It'll be with pictures, so you don't read the concept, esports neck scratch, and wonder what that looks like. We'll show a man scratching his neck, and then you'll get an idea of where VortiX is at mentally. I think he could have walked past that outpost and sequestered it towards the bottom and tried to get some damage in.
But he didn't have much information, right? He only had that one scout prowling around, and it was mostly paving the way for his military. He didn't really know about the backside of MarineLorD's base or the setup. So you see an outpost that's firing at you, your instinct is to go back. Yeah,
no, I agree. And it's okay to follow those instincts. They will save you from greed. More deer being collected here by MarineLorD, kind of quote-unquote VortiX's deer. VortiX has heavily shifted into gold as well. He's, of course, the standard 4 villagers behind due to slower villager production compared to French. He has enough for Castle Age, should be dropping down to King's Palace forthwith. Meanwhile, MarineLorD is making men-at-arms. Nice little farm amount there. King's Palace coming up as well. But the thing is, that's an 11-minute second TC, right? The King's Palace functions as an age up and a TC. Normally, we're never really seeing a lot of people making second TC at like 11, 12 minutes. This is not impressive for your food scaling. You're adding a little bit of extra income scaling, and it's nothing to be crazy about.
And the transition here for MarineLorD is going to be relatively easy because he did get professional scouts and he's gotten so many carcasses in, so he doesn't need to invest really into farms, doesn't need to move outside. He's just going to build up his men-at-arms now and prepare for the big push. And, oh, I like looping the archers around. I would love if he loops these around, sits in the stealth forest, attacks with the men-at-arms, and comes in with the archers at the same time.
Yes.
I think that would be optimal, and I think VortiX is going to have a big problem dealing with that.
I agree with you. Timing is everything. Hitting early is good because you disrupt economy earlier, but distraction is much better.
It's being a little bit distracting with the man-at-arm under the town center. VortiX noticing that. VortiX going to be attacked on the goal now. It's only spearmen there. MarineLorD can focus that down. Men-at-arm's not in the correct position to do a dual-pronged attack. So MarineLorD's going to let him know the archers are here. Retreat with those. If VortiX overcommits to those, then MarineLorD can come forward with more men-at-arms.
Another mill with farms coming out. Nice placement there by VortiX. He's going to have basically enough food for the next 5 to 10 minutes from that. Gold has been momentarily disrupted. It's still non-stop men-at-arms production by MarineLorD. No siege as of yet. He's got 2 ranged armor finished. VortiX has worked on his veteran archers, longbows. So I think they're doing 10 damage a pop into 6 armor. That's not too impressive, just 4. He needs that second attack upgrade, and he just started it.
Yeah, and there's the wall off from VortiX, so he's going to attempt to secure that right side. Does not want the raids coming in. With men-at-arms, it's difficult because they tank so much of that TC fire. You can't really defend the back of your economy was simply the town center. So he's going to wall that off and force MarineLorD through the middle. He's been building up his longbows this entire time. It's just, what else does he really add here to this army? Because at the moment, I think MarineLorD should have the resources to outproduce him.
Yeah, it's not a very complex army, right? Mass longbows, no spears, no men-at-arms. It's tough for English to get men-at-arms to a place where they're happy with it, because they have access to the blessed or cursed Vanguard men-at-arms, which is H1. So you need 2 upgrades till they're good.
This is going to be dicey. I think he needs to split his attention. He still knows those archers are there. That's why he's keeping his longbows on this side. But MarineLorD kind of tosses away the archers. Maybe he was distracting them over here and sending the men-at-arms in on the other side. So I was thinking men-at-arms in first maybe, and then attack with the archers. I believe he's being attacked at the wood line. Yes, he is.
So it's the opposite order, but it's still a good distraction, right?
Oh, and then he brings him back this way and goes in with the men-at-arms at the gold now.
Oh my
It's the
God.
triple. It's the triple-pronged attack.
Jab, uppercut, jab. MarineLorD is fighting in many places, once again pushing VortiX off of the gold. Very nice plays here by MarineLorD. Nonetheless, VortiX, you know, he's taking down what he can. Would this have been time to split his longbow, blob a bit? Is he falling a bit too much prey to sending his entire flock of units?
You just get nervous, right? Because when you're fighting up against men-at-arms, you just want as big of a blob as possible.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that enough? Can you split off even, how much would you split off from that? Like 10? I don't know if that's enough
Yeah,
to
that's
defend.
not really enough.
Yeah.
Melee
Second
attack.
TC, though, from MarineLorD.
Melee attack coming out for VortiX. Oh yeah, second TC for MarineLorD, because VortiX has that King's Palace and MarineLorD knows it. We have VortiX going into Men-at-Arms production. He's getting that +2 upgrade. He's getting the veterancy upgrade now from Men-at-Arms and starting them. So it will be a longbow Men-at-Arms army. Arbaletier coming out on cue for MarineLorD.
I have to credit VortiX with that defense there, because MarineLorD had a very complicated play there, throwing away the archers at the gold to distract him, going in with the men-at-arms at the wood line, pulling the longbows back, and then going in with the men-at-arms at the gold. But VortiX noticed every step of the plan and was able to counter it and move in time. So that was a good play from MarineLorD, but it was a better defense from VortiX.
Very true. For the rest, MarineLorD just emptied his guild hall from gold. I saw his gold go from like 100 to 1,000. It's still on gold, by the way, so he just wanted an intermediate payment. There's a third TC coming out by MarineLorD, so definitely preparing for the late game. Triple relics as well, something VortiX is entirely eschewing.
And he's adding siege behind this too. VortiX now walling at the front. There's still an army back there for MarineLorD just sneakily hanging out, and VortiX is scared to leave that gold position. He's having nightmares because every time he looks away, every time the longbows aren't there, an army suddenly appears.
This is I'm impressed by how well MarineLorD's army configuration is. He's now making knights into men-at-arms and longbows. Knights beat men-at-arms normally.
Is that a fourth TC, or is that the third TC? That's the third TC,
yeah,
right?
the third, yes.
Surely, okay. Still stuck on that Abbasid game, tier 4.
Fourth level. Well, no. Don't, remember, this is 2 traders. Get 2 traders. Knights, Arbaletier, Mangonel, Springald is the perfect army MarineLorD could be making. I guess he scouted that with all those little harassments. He saw the men-at-arms, saw the longbows.
And he saw these coming out with his scout.
He's ready.
Forest there.
He's got so many Mangonels ready. Like, everything could end in one fell swoop if MarineLorD lands a couple of rocks on top of VortiX.
VortiX is like, there's no way he knows I'm coming. Oh, he knows.
How does he know?
And there's the scout from VortiX also doing a good job tracking the movements from MarineLorD. So the Knights are going to come out here, push the scout away. He did not see the Mangonels, and at this moment, MarineLorD decides to engage on the gold, and it's the third time he engages. He's finally going to get some villager kills there.
And VortiX does not notice. He's so occupied with this attack. He does get a couple of Mangonels. The men-at-arms are going ham. MarineLorD playing a distraction battle. VortiX is losing crucial villagers. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, he's going to be pissed when he sees it. And MarineLorD has triple TC behind this.
I just saw the esports head tilt.
Oh no, that's how you know when you're in trouble. VortiX lost so many villagers. He's now kind of just rage all-inning. Under TC, into Knights, Arbaletier, and Siege. This is the beginning of the end, I think, Dave.
You're in one of those positions where you just lost that, and you feel like you need to do damage, right? As the Wallow comes in from MarineLorD, that Monk manages to get both of those Spearmen, and there's a Monk on the way as well from VortiX over there towards that Relic. But MarineLorD will be able to take that home, and now MarineLorD clears up all the infantry. Mangonel's still firing, Mangonel being repaired, and there's Knights here, and VortiX might be realizing that he's lost this set as the Men-at-Arms continue onto his woodline. What? Like 2 minutes, and the entire game just flips.
Yep, village account was pretty even, but MarineLorD, he put his men-at-arms ready to attack once the main melee broke out, kept the presence of mind to act on it. VortiX gives a smile, he's like, damn, this guy is good.
Yep.
That's what we're thinking too, aren't we, Dave?
Yeah, that was, you could fully see not just the mechanics on display there from MarineLorD, but the tactics as well. Unit composition build was there, but tactics were superb. The divide and conquer on the wood line, on the gold. He saw the army coming forward. He knew he'd be focusing on sniping the siege. And at that moment, it's really hard for it to trigger in your brain that you have an army in that stealth forest.
Yeah.
That you have to plan it out in advance. You know, you have to be thinking, okay, when he comes forward, I'm going to attack here. And it's just such a momentum killer. Sure, you're only killing 8 villagers, but in VortiX's mind, he's like,
it's all falling apart.
yeah, like everything's happening at once, and it's a downhill slide, and MarineLorD took full advantage.
Because it's funny, we all remember those moments. If you've ever played RTS, you've got this dropship somewhere or some kind of attack force, and you think this is for later. And you have this big battle, the whole battle is done, you won or you lost it, and then you're like, oh yeah, that auxiliary force. In this case, you actually have this mental note. You're like, when it starts, you actively keep it in your mind. You don't forget and then later see it again. And then when it starts, you actually have that presence of mind to send it in. It's so important. It's when you could think of it the least because you're busy. Same for your opponent.
It's also very satisfying.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how many times I do something like that, I'm sure MarineLorD does it every single game, but it's like,
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that was great, and credit to VortiX. I mean, his defense on that early 3 armies coming in was superb, and the walling from him was great. It was just a tough matchup once MarineLorD got to Castle Age so quickly.
I will say I don't see how VortiX's army without Siege, without Knights, and without like extra TCs would really fare in a waiting game. Like, what was he headed towards? Is it eventual Imperial? Like, is that a kind of army that can dive and be expected to stand victorious?
Yeah.
I think he was already a bit behind. MarineLorD had a very clean, pro scouts opener and this and that. But enough of just us. I think we're ready, Dave, to grill our victor a bit about the finer nitty-gritty of that game.
And we will have an interview with MarineLorD coming right up. We're just going to shift the camera over to the couch.
Damn, MarineLorD, you're good.
You think today it was good? I think it was. I mean, it was a very messy game, right? So it was hard
terrible.
to like.
Absolutely awful. I'm ashamed.
It was very messy, so it was very hard to make the correct call every time. But I feel like we did decent. But I think the Rus-Mongol game was very very bad. But
The Mongol game?
Rus against Mongol, yeah.
What bothered you about that game?
I mean, usually I just win very easily, and this time I was like, not sure what to do, right? And obviously it was man-at-arms, right? I rushed H3, and I was like, before the game, I rush H3, I get man-at-arms, right? And when I got H3...
What do you mean you get one attempt?
No, okay. I mean, like, I get H3, and I get man-at-arms. Man-at-arms?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Men
So I was
at
like, I want to get this unit before the game, and when I played it, I was like, what do I do now? Like, do I get monks? Do I get more sheep? And then at some point I realized, right, I need to make man-at-arms, yeah? But yeah, I don't know, it was a messy game. The early game obviously favors me a lot, because I take water, and he cannot punish it. So even though he tower rush me, like, I just... the only problem is the alert, right? Alert spam is so annoying, but otherwise it's fine.
What spam is annoying?
The alert.
Sorry.
The alert, you know? Alert?
Don't look at me.
Alert spam? No? Like when you have the red dot on the minimap, you know, alert.
Oh, the alert.
Oh, the alerts.
Alert.
Oh, the tower
Oh, sorry,
attacking your,
alert.
the tower attacking your
sorry.
demand center. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the alert spam. Basically
Yep.
the whole game, right? Because did you
Pretty
even
much,
clear
yeah.
up all the outposts?
I forgot to clear one that wasn't attacking me, but I cleared the two other. Yeah, I don't know, like this game was so messy, but in the end, I win with like a castle push. Like I don't know, it didn't make much sense, right? But a win is a win.
Yeah, when you made the keep, you actually had 40 army supply against 70.
Mhm.
But you microed the siege really well, had that little run around with the Springles,
Yeah.
and put a lot of pressure on him. Great game.
So game number 1, you went very aggressive in that transition period against the HRE. Was that dictated by like his forward gold position? Like what was going through your head when you killed that wall villager and then you saw his map?
I mean, okay, so first, like HRE against China, it was a very good pick from him because
Yeah.
in theory, like, it's a kind of a mind game map, right? But HRE is supposed to always win against China. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna Barbican rush him. And then I see Spears in the middle of the map, so I go back and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And I was like, okay, maybe since he did that, he is a little bit behind, and now I can rush to H3 and maybe go for man at arms and do very well, right? So like, my goal was to all-in him or find a way to kill him before he gets any relics, or like maybe only one relics, but.
And the outpost rush?
Yeah, I wanted to like outpost. I mean, Barbican into outpost. But there, since he got aged too late, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make units. I'm gonna outpost. But he had so many units, so
That didn't really work.
yeah, no, not at all.
You recovered really well though, and you
Yeah.
caught him off guard. I think you killed like 4 or 5 prelates in the south there.
Yeah, I killed 4 or 5 prelate. I killed a shit ton of villagers, like a lot. And yeah, I don't know. It was a very weird game. I think we both played pretty bad, but it was a warm-up game, right?
When you saw the relic position,
Yeah.
do you already mentally draw the lines of where, if you were him, you would wall? Because your scout was in the right position to stop the wall.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I saw the relic there, and I was like, okay. I saw the villager coming earlier, so I was like, okay, he's gonna go left.
Right.
And right, I saw the relics, but it was like very deep, so you know I can't really do much about it. It's
Yes.
probably, like, it's his relic, right? So I just wanted to deny the 4 relics, so 2 in the middle, 1 in the corner, and only in his corner I will allow him to get it, right?
Good one, yeah.
Yeah.
But you had
And
2 horsemen there. You didn't
Yeah.
allow that either.
yeah, and it was pretty sad because actually he rolled, so like my horseman went under the TC and he didn't see it. He was like, where did they come
Oh,
from?
He didn't pop him.
No.
Yeah. In the final game that we just watched,
Yeah.
what was the cipher? We talked about so many
French
maps
and
now.
English.
Yeah, French and
English,
English. You had the right army composition every single time. Like when he switched into men at arms, you went to the knights and arbitrary. Before that, you actually didn't make many army. You saw a large longbow army coming, and you were like, I'm still gonna go H3 right in your face.
Mhm. I mean-
how did you have that confidence?
I think it was pretty safe. Like if it doesn't have a ram push coming, and even if it does, like I can just make barracks on the side and then I commit with man at arms. So I don't know. I was just seeing his economy, right? So like if you watch his economy and watch how much he have on gold, how much like when did he use the blacksmith, you can pretty much calculate like what he's gonna do, right? So like I just see that he's doing something pretty greedy, which is not usual in this matchup. I think usually I get just pushed, and I was like, okay, how do I react to this? I have French, so I have a better economy from the go-to, but H3 is gonna have a second TC, right? So I felt like, okay, I'm gonna go H3, stabilize, pro scout keeps going, and expand myself, relics, and just I feel like in macro games I'm very good, and I feel like his macro games are pretty good too, but it doesn't get relics, it doesn't get economic upgrades, so like
Yeah.
everything like at some point just falls off for him.
And then you converted to Spearman, and it was
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
What would you do differently, the Abbasid mirror game? Because you guys were in a really similar position. I think you were both at like 105 villagers, and he went for the infantry composition. I think you went for crossbow and a few knights
Yeah.
as well. What would you do differently in that matchup?
I mean, I know his composition is supposed to be the best, but there is not much room to show your skill with his composition. So like it could go for like him or me. Like it just like if I have one more spring guard, he could win, and if I have one more, I could win. So I was like, I'm gonna try to go for a skill comp. So like crossbow that I can micro easily, and knight that I can harass with. But reality is that his comp is just like basic better, right? So
Yeah, we had a discussion about it. I was saying, I prefer the men at arms and Spearman because you can kind of face roll with it.
Yeah.
And he was saying he likes the
I
knight
like the
archer
mobility to pick away at the economy and
skill
come
expression.
back. Yeah.
So you had that same
Yeah.
train of thought,
Yeah.
and well, didn't get rewarded this time, but it was pretty close. You had a great hold for a long time, and In the end, you came back in 3-1. You're 4-0 now in the group. You've got one more player to go up against. Do you remember off the top of your head which 3 it could be? Or which 2?
I mean, technically, I guess it cannot be Viper because he's last and I'm first.
Right, and you haven't played him, but it can't be
MiSTA,
him.
maybe.
MiSTA.
And
Who else?
Leenock.
You haven't played Leenock?
No,
Leenock
that's it.
is now 2-2.
Leenock is 2-2, yeah.
So like if MiSTA wins, I think I play him. And
If they're even, then
If
it's either
they're
one of
even,
them, maybe
yeah.
based on this or that. Any preferences?
I mean, I don't think it changes anything, no? Like I think I'm
For
top 1
you,
or
it
2.
doesn't really change much.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill and practice. It's like practice, right?
Yeah.
But obviously I need to try my best because I don't want to like break the tournament, right? I'm not gonna throw.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna.
Thank
like,
you. Thank
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna just.
What a guy.
Yeah.
A fair tournament
But it's
process.
more gonna be like chill, you know, because I don't really care about seed 1 or seed 2. Like
Yeah.
I get into semifinals, which was the goal.
But you're not going to take like Chinese on Dry Arabia or something.
Oh no,
like
not on. I was about to like I expected on Altai, but I was like, Altai is pretty good.
I might. Yeah.
But Dry Arabia, no.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Or Mongolian Heights.
I'm not crazy.
Okay.
Mongolian Heights, I think you can play pretty much everything.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Still, you think Roos is best?
Yeah.
You beat his Mongols.